And welcome back to our signature segment, See the Stories on the 3-Hour News Show. As we all know, that Mount Semeru in Lumajang Regency, East Java, had erupted last Saturday, December 4th. Mount Semeru is one of the volcanoes that offers an amazing view. This is why many Indonesians and foreign travelers would be eager to visit the site when it's safe. The following are some interesting facts you may not know about the mountain.
Semeru, or also known as Meru Mountain, is the highest mountain in Java with a peak called Mahameru. Stands at 3,676 meters above sea level. Mount Semeru is also the fourth highest volcano in Indonesia after Mount Kerinci in Sumatra and Mount Rinjani in West Nusa Tenggara. Mount Semeru also has three beautiful lakes. Ranu Kumbolo is the most famous lake in Semeru. Later climbers will also can enjoy Ranu Pani and Ranu Regulo. Behind all the facts that this mountain holds breathtaking scenery, Mount Semeru also popular with its poisonous gas. Climbers are advised not to go to Jonggring Saloko, crater at the peak of Mount Semeru. Climbers are also banned from climbing from the south side because of toxic gases, hot clouds, and lava flows. The poisonous gas and hot cloud is locally known as Wedus Gembel, which is in Javanese means dreadlocks goats.
You guys know that I am a runner, right? So there's this event called the Bromo Tengger Semeru Ultra Run. So it actually goes from Bromo Tengger Semeru. So there's the categories like 170 kilometers, 102 kilometers, and 70 kilometers, which you do on a weekend. And the view is breathtaking. You know what? I'm yet to do it, but unfortunately there's a pandemic, so we can do it.
Running for more than 100 kilometers on the weekend, I prefer my cinema. I prefer my movie. But I don't know, Indonesia also well known for its scenery, right? Like what you were saying, the view is breathtaking. But also Indonesia is part of the Ring of Fire, which means the country is home to a number of active volcanic mountains. One of the largest eruptions ever recorded was the Krakatoa eruption, tracing back to 1883. The eruption was considered the most devastating volcanic explosion in human history. We will now dig more about this historic event, but let's first see this next clip.
question. It big broke that cable the day before. Lots of big rocks, right? Yeah, it's fighting the
This one is coming, I think.
power. Go this way. Okay. So because we're drifting that way, and we don't have to fuel.
So when talking about Krakatoa, there's Anak Krakatoa. And if you go to Anyer, the beach of Anyer, you will see like huge rocks there, and those didn't come from the Java Island. That actually comes from the Krakatau, and it was actually part of the explosion. So what happens? The gases were trapped up in the mountain, and it just exploded, and actually all the rocks just flying out of that
Wow.
area. And the rocks that you see on the beach are from that particular explosion. Now, in 535 AD, according to some historical scripts, there was a larger explosion, and allegedly it caused the Dark Ages in Europe. You know, we heard about Dark Ages. There was actually a global climate change from 535 to 536 because the ash and the clouds coming from this, it actually went beyond Java and Sumatra. It actually, the temperature of Earth cooled down around that area, and that's why it's called the Dark Ages, because it's actually, the sky is darker in those years.
And so the sun was covered and stuff.
Yes.
Well, we can go on and on and on about active volcanoes in the country, but let's talk about some of the most famous ones that you can visit, starting with Merapi.
Located on the border between the province of Central Java and Special Regency of Yogyakarta, Mount Merapi is said to be the most active volcano in Indonesia and on the planet. It has regularly erupted since 1548 and has since continued to erupt on an average every 5 to 10 years. It is feared for its deadly pyroclastic flows, avalanches of hot rocks, and gas that are generated as part of new lava domes constructed during eruptions. Merapi comes from the old Javanese language and when translated means the one making fire. Similar names can also be found in other volcanoes in Indonesia. Living in the shadow of an active volcano is like sitting on a time bomb, especially when it is called the Fire Mountain or Mount Merapi, the volcano that dominates the center of the Java island of Indonesia. Despite its frequent eruption, Mount Merapi is very central to the lives of the Javanese people and kings. This majestic, perfectly cone-shaped volcano also provides nutrients to the soil, making it one of the most fertile areas in the world and consequently the most densely populated. Despite the mountain frequently emitting smoke, it is surrounded by beautiful recreational areas that attract tourists, both local and foreign.
Do you know that Merapi massive eruption in 2006 killed more than 150 people around Kali Adam and Sleman City, and famously known as Geger Boyo or fall down incident?
Yeah, that's right. And Merapi massive eruption in 2010 killed 277 people from neighboring city including Magelang, Boyolali, Klaten, and Sleman.
Merapi had its own guardian that's been passed down through generation. The guardians are trusted by locals to inform them of pre-eruption signs. The most famous guardian is Mbah Marijan, who was killed in the explosion.
And you were mentioning before about Mount Merapi is so important to the kings of the Java island. And even if you trace back to the history and also the cultures and also even the books from Japanese culture, they deem Merapi as, let's say, one of the gods. It's not like the gods per se, but it actually determines their way of life and also which direction that the kingdom should go and stuff like that. So it's a bit supernatural at the same time. Also a bit, how do you say it, cultural.
Yeah, it's part of their life.
Yeah, that's right, that's right. And continuing our volcano discussions, we will now travel to Lombok Island in West Nusa Tenggara, which is the location for the majestic yet active volcano that we were talking about, Mount Rinjani. Mount Rinjani is the second highest volcano in Indonesia, which dominates the landscape of the relatively small Lombok Island. Its first eruption occurred in 1847, and the most recent one was in 2016. Due to the volcanic activity, access to several sections of the mountain were restricted. A crescent-shaped lake was formed within the mountain area called Segara Anak, which Sulphur Lake is located approximately 6 kilometers across its water's point and 600 meters below its crater. The lake was formed due to Mount Samalas's eruption in 1257, wow, that was a long ago, which resulted in the existence of Mount Rinjani as well. Rising from Segara Anak Lake is Mount Baru, which is the result of Mount Rinjani's series of explosions during the 90s. Mount Rinjani lies within the Mount Rinjani National Park that covers more than 40,000 hectares and sits inside a major biogeographical transition zone. This national park was built in 1990 and established in 1997 and features a variety of Southeast Asia flora and fauna as well. Rinjani has become one of the most anticipated mountains to visit by locals and foreigners. Even, you know what, in 2018, UNESCO had set Mount Rinjani as a global geopark following a proposal by the Indonesian government to the organization back in 2008. Lovely yet deadly if you're going out there without any training.
Yeah,
right.
the view again is amazing. There's actually a thing called Sembalun 7 Summit. So there's actually 7 summits that you can go. It's you go to Rinjani and you go to the other ones, and it actually takes, there's Rinjani, there's Sampana, there's it actually takes several days. You actually need a week to do this as a sports tourism activity, and this is something that's also been endorsed by the Minister of Tourism, Sandiaga Uno.
I think I should start training from now on so that maybe next year I can try to climb.
Yeah,
Rinjani.
you and your husband, because I heard probably both of you loves going to mountains and hiking.
Yes, but we're still training our little son so that we can take him along. Maybe someday, not in the near future. Anyways, another famous active volcano in Indonesia is Mount Sinabung. Mount Sinabung is one of the most active volcanoes in Indonesia and is located in relatively cool area on fertile plateau in Karo Regency, North Sumatra. It is formed by the Mount Toba eruption, which occurred 74,000 years ago. This is a stratovolcano type that has multiple eruptions with deep magma chamber and high magma viscosity. According to the vci.esdm.go.id website, this stratovolcano first erupted before the year of 1600, causing the pyroclastic form explosion and lava that flowed to the south. Mount Sinabung had been on hiatus for almost 400 years before the mountain had erupted in August 2010 and has been continuously active since then. Sinabung annually erupts in September 2013. In addition to being the most active volcano in Indonesia, Mount Sinabung also causes severe damages and would claim lives when it erupts compared to Mount Bromo in East Java.
Lots of breathtaking views from breathtaking mountains. Well, my choice would be just stay at home, watching those views from the comfort of my living room through the TV.
Watching volcano movies.
Watching volcanoes movie. Now we are going for another break, but when we come back, we'll visit a little village hidden in the mountain that has been bestowed as one of the best villages in the world. Stay here.